the camera right now. All right, folks. We are talking through negotiations. We're cooking some steak tacos. I got a head start on this because I got to be out of here real quick to jump on a client call. So first step is we added some garlic powder to what steak is this? Flank steak. So it's going to be a lean cut of meat. There's probably going to be about 100 grams of protein per pound here. Got my blood drawn just now. So I'm starting late today. I'll take the tourniquet off and we can get rolling on the cooking. So first things first, we're going to be turning this on. Gotta make sure this thing's on so you guys can hear me. And then we're going to put some ghee. We'll put some ghee on the cast iron pan. Okay. And then the topic for today is going to be negotiating. Reason being, we just negotiated an increase in the settlement offer for a car that we had was totaled 8 weeks ago. I was assured by industry experts that we are not going to be able to get a better offer than what we got. And I looked through the financial model. I've done this before because I've been a part of negotiations that were unfair. If you ever are in an accident, there's a good chance that the first offer you get is not going to be the final offer if you know how to play the cards right. And so we got this offer for a settlement for, it was going to be about $22,800 after tax, title, all that stuff were paid for. And I looked through the model that they built. And a lot of times, what people don't realize is there's a logic behind the thought process and the framework for coming to any sort of proposal. And so, yes, in fact, this logic can be questioned. Give me 1 second. Let me get some interviews. This logic can absolutely be questioned. People don't realize that just because something looks formal, just because something's in a PDF, doesn't mean that it's beyond reproach. And so when you get an estimate from an insurance company for a payout, a lot of people don't realize that the car has something called an actual cash value, which is not the same as the replacement value for the car. It's the value that the car would get if it were transacted upon today. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is you can go online and look for comparable vehicles at a dealer, and you can get an average price based on, okay, like my car has this many miles, it's this year, this make, this model, and there's 10 vehicles that are in my area that are for sale, and the average price is $25,000. What people don't realize is they'll just take that average price of $25,000 and arbitrarily deduct like $2,400 because they say, well, your car isn't ready for a dealership. It's not as good. And so once I saw that in the financial model, I said, wait, like that's not fair. Everything you guys did with your model was fair up until that. You know, you're assuming that our vehicle is just average for X, Y, and Z. And the reality was some of the stuff was better. And so I protested the stuff that was better. We didn't have pictures for it because they actually took the vehicle away. But I protested the stuff that was better. And I was able to get a $1,000 more on the initial offer, and that's pending a receipt for new tires. And so we're going to try to get a receipt for new tires. If we can't get that, I'm going to call the lot that the car is on to try to get a picture of the tire with the tread, because that would show what percentage of the life the tire has on it, and that would help us get the last $500 or something like that from the offer. Okay, so I just put the steak on. Boom, right there. I don't like this green dot going on in this tortilla. It looks like it might be forming some sort of mold. So we're gonna throw that one away because we already got a few tortillas. And then while we cook this steak, we're going to simultaneously heat up other tortillas that we have to make everything taste delicious. All right, so we're gonna get the tongs. Get these tongs out. I don't know why this thing's tilted. Try my best. All right, try to get tortilla number 2 out. So now, I'm going to show you guys what we're doing. We're going to start putting these tortillas. We want to get both sides greased. Tortillas, steak. I would like to hear a little bit more of a sizzle there. I don't know why. I don't have a good answer for you. Okay, so. Oh, while we're doing this, we're going to wash the jalapeno. So bear with me. I'm going to wash this jalapeno. Cut it up in a little bit. Okay, there we go. Put some veggie wash on here. I didn't even know you're supposed to wash your vegetables with I didn't even know your vegetables had petroleum products on them until my girlfriend who works in the oil industry was telling me this. So wash your veggies, folks. All right, so negotiation. So we're going to get at least $1,000 more out of the car negotiation. And then in addition to that, I had to meet up with one of my clients who's an executive coaching and fitness client. So I teach him how things go. And, he's up for renewal and, he's a little bit short on cash because he's taking more risks with his career, risks that I advise, risks that I'm okay with. And so, he asked for a little bit more accountability on the next few months, and not that it would require more hand-holding from me, just more strictness from me. And so he wants, he let himself make some less than perfect decisions, not bad, but less than perfect decisions over the last couple months. We want to do a little bit of a better job. And so what he asked is, can you hold me a little bit more accountable? So I clarify, what does this look like? I get a sense of what he wants. Sounds reasonable to me. And then, so what I tell him, that I tell other people if they're trying to close deals, say, is don't just say, yes, I can do it. Say, if I can do it, is that everything that we need to keep going? And so he said yes. And so, once he agreed, then I sent him the invoice and he paid for it, obviously. And that was that. We had a great, very simple negotiation, obviously. I wasn't raising pricing on him. I just, he wanted something and I said yes, but, just let me know. And that is how negotiations should be. You don't want to get in a position, if you're selling something, to have the counterparty think that they can ask for something, then you say yes, and then have the counterparty think that they can ask for more on top of that. So make your yeses conditional. If we can say yes, can you say yes? So you know, like, what does the person need? Because a lot of times people just dick you around. Say, can I have this? I'm not saying that's what he's doing, but a lot of times people will dick you around. So can I get this? Can I get that? And realistically, they're just asking because they don't want to say yes, right? They want a reason to say no. And so when somebody asks you, hey, can you make your offer better by giving me this? The answer is not yes, I can. The answer is, if I can you do it? And that'll save you a lot of time. It'll make you money. Just do it. Use that tip. All right, so alrighty. Now we're going to throw a couple more tortillas on here. Show y'all what I'm working with right here. A couple more tortillas. Now we're going to start throwing the cheese on these tacos. Got some pepper jack cheese because I want that spice. I want that spice with the jalapenos and pepper jack cheese. Put it on the bottom so it doesn't disrupt the photos. All right, done with that cheese. All right, girlfriend doesn't like these super toasty, so we're gonna make these minimally toasty. And we're gonna get some Tupperware so she can take them to pick up a 5-year-old. All right. Then we got these done. Now we're gonna wait for these, and I'm gonna wait to cut the jalapeno because it's gonna make the knife spicy, and I know my girlfriend's not gonna want to be eating spicy tacos. She's not a spicy food eater. Okay, that's a good sear that we got there. Let's get it right here. And then let's get a little bit more. Get a little bit more grease on the pan. Okay, let me show you what I'm working with. So I turned this on its side just because you could see that side was cooked, but we wanted more. So that's what we got. We're almost done here. Almost done. Greasing up this pan a little bit more. All right, I think this one is about ready to go. Okay, let that sit for a couple minutes. Here's what we got. All right, as we let that sit, we will talk through more negotiations. Have I ever told you the story about negotiating a higher GMAT score? One time I was foolish enough to want to go to business school, but it was really because I had no idea what I wanted to really do with my life, and I didn't think that being a lower level employee at Google was it. And I was much more concerned about status at the time too. So I wanted to be involved with elite organizations because they made me feel special. And so just because I was part of Google, I didn't like the fact that I was at the lower end of the totem pole. So I took the GMAT, scored high, and applied to Harvard and Stanford. But what I didn't like about my GMAT score is that on the writing portion that everybody does fine on, somehow I got a low writing score on my GMAT. And it was lower than my previous test. And I wrote back and I said that it was scored incorrectly because I scored higher on the verbal section on my subsequent test than my initial test. There's just no way that I possibly could have scored lower on the essay. And it cost $50 for a regrade, and they regraded it. And after they regraded it, I paid the GMAT people $50, and they gave me a higher score on my essay just because I asked and paid them $50. And so it's very real, folks. If you know that everything is basically on the table, you can ask for it. Sorry about that, folks. Get that back lined up. Okay. Now we're gonna start chopping up some Can y'all see this? It's pretty good. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First one, like this. All right, let's see what we got. Looks pretty good. Put the jalapenos on the next one, but I'll just let you guys know how we're doing. Of course, Chef Alex doesn't miss. Thank you for tuning in for these lean steak tacos and negotiation overview. Catch me every Wednesday and Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, except for running late like today. Have a good weekend. See y'all later.